Wisdom from the youth. When speaking to children here in Bosnia, I get so much insight about life in a way that life is meant to be. I just did a 25-minute interview with my cousin Hanan here in Bosnia next to this Hadjici lake. And he told me lots and lots of things about biology, nature, um, spirituality, mental states of human beings, industrial complexes of the world, the destruction of nature, all these kind of things. And he's barely 11 years old, yet he's a mini professor of all these things. He just knows. Why does he know? Because he is interested, he's tuned in, he is effectively living a purposeful life. He's also a very um, gifted artist who has already won a bunch of regional awards. And in many respects, he is struggling to prove to the humans, adult humans, that it was him who painted the pictures that he painted, because the adult humans are thinking that it must have been an adult and this is some sort of a trick, that Hanan is pulling on them. So sometimes he gets second place just because his pictures are so unbelievable to have been done by an 11-year-old. Yet what people don't understand is that Hanan has got consciousness levels beyond most adult humans, and his mind, soul, and body are tuned into realities of life as it truly is. He is currently collecting a bunch of feathers into his little collection of bird feathers, which he will use undoubtedly for reference to draw from, but also as a proof of the types of birds that live around Bosnia. And he's a big student of different shapes and forms of nature and so on. What am I talking about? Why am I saying this? Because often a time we can actually get guidance, more so and better guidance from children, these kind of untouched, unbroken, undamaged minds, souls. We can get better guidance from them than we can from adults, even adults who are so-called therapists. If we look at a typical therapist, they are still very much broken people in many cases, and therapists suffer themselves, yet we have a statement that says hurt people hurt people. In other words, if you're going to a therapist who is hurt, well, there is a chance that you will get hurt by that therapist. It's kind of funny because speaking to a 11-year-old child may be better therapy for you than speaking to a professional therapist these days. This is why, for me, it's been so important to clean up and resolve my own hurts before even considering working with anyone else, because I don't want to be the hurt person to hurt other people. Um, so, so it's funny. Nowadays, I'll get more insight, more inspiration from speaking to an 11-year-old boy than I will from a 45-year-old woman or man who is still just suffering from their traumas and their own brokenness, because so many adult people believe in the phrase, nobody's perfect, everyone's broken, blah, 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 blah. Yet, as children, we were born very much perfect, unbroken, whole, ready to live lives as original humans that are supposed to be part and parcel of the nature and not apart um, from the nature, destroying it with various parcels of materialistic goods that inevitably are produced by the industrial complex that is just churning rubbish into the environment. The rubbish that is coming from our minds and that is there to soothe our brokenness through materialistic means, whereas actually speaking to a unbroken human, like an 11-year-old boy in Bosnia, touching the lake behind us that is pure, clean, observing the ducks and butterflies and birds in the sky, and the actual act of nature itself will actually take us back to the fact that we ourselves can get back to the perfection of our own soul, if not the mind. We also touched about the idea that sometimes making decisions from the soul may be much better than from the mind. In fact, I would argue that's all the time a wiser option. Soulful decisions, soulful speak, as I'm delivering to you right now. All these things are things that we discuss and work out and develop as abilities during the Fresh Mind program. So if you're interested in getting back to your soul and the original, more optimal, perfect, pure self, like an 11-year-old polymath in Bosnia, reach out to me and let's talk about the Fresh Mind program, or check it out on freshmind.life.